tonight in honour of the victims. Hello to you, Anne. What's been happening there this morning is really quite incredible, isn't it?
It is, Beck. You know, this is Martin Place. This is the heart of Sydney. This is a place we walk every day this time at lunchtime. There are normally carols, there are buskers, there are people with shopping and bags. They're sitting on the steps over here, they're having lunch, they're talking to their mates. They're having a cup of coffee, maybe in the Lindt store, but not today. Today they're here placing floral tributes right in the heart of Martin Place, right in the heart of our beautiful city. There are all sorts of people here today, Beck. Young people, old people, locals, workers, visitors, dignitaries. It's the one place they've gathered together to show symbolically how they feel about this atrocity that's occurred in our beautiful city. They're wearing their hearts on their sleeves and they just feel this is the only way they can express their sympathy for the loved ones and the victims of this terrible disaster.
And it's quite incredible. There was only a few flowers there early this morning when we were on air at 6 a.m. and now there seems to be hundreds upon hundreds.
Yes, it's extraordinary, you know, the outpouring of grief on the streets, completely unanticipated, but in retrospect you understand why. Just 24 hours ago, we were in our offices in Martin Place, just 100 yards up here. We have large glass windows that go really from ceiling to floor. We heard a siren go off, but you hear sirens all the time here on Elizabeth Street in Martin Place. We didn't pay much attention. And then, of course, we heard some shouting and we saw police and we thought there was an armoured guard hold up. And then within moments, we saw those arms outstretched and plastered onto the glass of the Lindt Cafe. These white arms, I'll never forget it, and the terrified look of these innocent people. And then, of course, the Arabic flag and everything unfolded. The police burst into the newsroom. They evacuated us onto the back of our building, onto Bligh Street. And that was a scene I'd never seen before in Sydney before either. It was eerily quiet. It was just very, very quiet and very sombre. And as the day progressed, people who were hiding in their buildings were eventually evacuated. Those people were sent home and the city just became quieter and quieter. Today, they're giving their sentiments on the streets of Sydney. Have a listen to some of them.
Look, I didn't know anyone there. I work 200 metres away and we saw it all play out yesterday, and I just feel that Sydney changed forever this morning, and as I said, I didn't know anyone, but I just felt I had to bring flowers up.
Right now the focus really should be on supporting the families of these victims who have unfortunately found themselves in the middle of an enormous tragedy. It's about supporting those, but it's also about banding together as Australians.
Because the manager of Lindt has released a statement.
Yes, that's right, Beck. He said, "I'm shocked and deeply saddened by the terrible incident that has taken place in Sydney. I cannot believe that such an act of violence happened. I'd like to express my deepest sympathy to the victims and their families. In these difficult times, we all need to stand together in order to defend the values of freedom, peace and tolerance." That was the CEO of Lindt, Ernst Tanner, and of course they lost one of their own, a young manager, 34-year-old Tory Johnson, so they would be feeling particularly devastated today.
OK, thank you very much, Anne Sanders, live in Martin Place for us today.
7 News, the pulse of Perth.